Welcome back to Bonanza Disc Golf, and today we're going to answer the question, did Cale Leiviska make the perfect 6-speed mid-range? Because this is the Strider from Prodigy. I've not reviewed a lot of Prodigy discs. Honestly, it doesn't seem to be a ton of flashing in here. This is 178 grams, and it's definitely a 6-speed. It feels like one of those weird, a little too big mid-ranges, a little too bladed. So we're gonna compare it actually to the Cax Z, the Caxa Zeta, which is from Castaplast. This disc is definitely more bladed. This definitely seems more like a mid-range. The numbers on them would be pretty similar. 6502, I think this is 6403, 6503. So it should have a little more fade, but it doesn't look like it will. It looks like it'll be a little bit straighter than the Cax Z. So really interested in these. We're gonna be playing 5 holes here at not Airport Lakes, 65th Infantry Disc Golf Course in Orlando, Florida, pitting these two against each other just to see if this is the perfect 6-speed, because I don't like this category, but I think it has a place somewhere, maybe. We're just gonna see if this is a good disc that you should think about bagging, because this is another episode of Bag It or Bin It, which is Patreon sponsored, because a patron requested it. So if I can't beat par with either of these discs, well, mostly just this, because this was dyed and given to me, I'll be giving it away. So it looks like I gotta beat par with this guy now. Eesh. We're gonna get started on about a 520-foot par 4 straight ahead of us, so we really don't need to bite off too much. There's OB lining to the sidewalk to the right and that lake over there. So don't wanna get in either of those. Strider honestly feels a little deeper than the Cax Z, and it's not quite as rounded, so it feels a little sharper as well. It's a little less comfortable. Stable, baby, come on. Oh, thank goodness. Oof, a little too high. Wind kind of lifted it. Strider, I'm gonna try to leave a little more left and a little more nose down. Okay, that was a little more hyzer too. They seem to have pretty similar flights there. Yeah, pretty similar distances, pretty similar flights. Pretty good discs. Definitely an interesting category. I just reviewed the Ballista. I kind of want to see if I can bomb it. Into the water it goes. Shoot, Anthony. You're joking. Sit down. I'm so stupid. All right, here's the Cax Z. Strider's actually a little bit further. This is gonna be interesting. We're gonna probably wanna put a little ante on this going into the basket, but we don't wanna turn it too much to go out of bounds. So kind of straight to Anheuser shot at the basket. That should be really good if it gets stable. Safe, if not a little deep. I'll take that, that's a great shot. Similar shot, actually a little bit better with the Strider. Definitely wind pushing us to the left, but we can take this on a little bit more hyzer since we can work it back left a little bit more. Oh, it's flippier. Get back. That might be right on the road. Oh no, that was flippier, shoot. Unfortunately, the Strider's like straight there, so when it'll be like right on, dang it, man. The thing is very neutral. That's really nice, but it doesn't want to get back to the left when it's got a tailwind pushing it to the right and you throw it with not enough hyzer. Nope, my timing was so bad there. Oof. There we go. Whew. On to hole number 2, and now we need 2 birdies with this guy to keep it. All right, hole 2, pretty similar shot, about 250, 260 feet straight ahead of us. Just straight at it with a little hyzer. Probably a little more right, let it work back left because it does slope away. The Cax Z has the box. Definitely feels more comfortable in your hand than the Strider. And what's interesting is my big thing with the Cax Z, I was like, I really like this disc, wish it was slightly more stable. And the Cax is one of those options, not the Z version, but apparently it's more stable. And this numbers would suggest that that's more stable, but a lot of Prodigy stuff seems to be slightly more understable than the numbers. Ooh, a little headwind actually here, so a little more hyzer than you think. Oh, that's a little short. Wow. Pretty decent shot though, Strider. Even more hyzer probably. Also shorty. Man, yeah, it's hard when you got the wind, you got a headwind and it's pushing from the left to the right, because it's both going to pop it up a little, but also push it down, and I don't know, it's weird. There's so much to learn about the nuances of how the wind affects every different type of flight, because each wind is like 5 degrees different and it just messes with everything. This is a little interesting. The CAC-C got a little farther. I'm not sure if that's just like I threw them slightly different, or there might be something that the Strider is slightly blunter, so it doesn't quite cut through the wind as good as the CAC-C. Oh, Anthony. Wow. Alrighty, well, it's gonna have to be quite the comeback. Not that score really means much, but I'm definitely throwing and liking the CAC-Z more so far. All right, our third hole here, it's gonna be a little interesting because it's 250 feet just behind those trees, and there's a big wind pushing us right to left and a little headwind. So if it flips it up with the headwind and then pushes us to the left or to the right, it's gonna be really hard for these things to kind of stay straight. So you almost wanna throw it towards the middle of the tree and let it drift it out to the left and then have it come back with its own stability. Actually a really good shot. Terrible brace, but get over there. That's parked. All right, Strider boy. That's parked too. No, it's shorter. Is that a 6-speed? Yeah, the thing does not really seem to fly like a 6-speed. It might just be too blunt. It definitely seems to fly more like a 5-speed. It's so blunt. Man, I really felt like I threw those with similar power. They're both like close to the same distance, but the CAC-Z is like 40 feet farther. Favorite 3. Huh. I really like this disc. I don't think it's gonna make my bag. I don't think it would really replace anything right now, but it's good. Maybe this turn less into a, let's see if the Strider is the perfect mid-range, and more of let's see if the CAC-Z is the perfect mid-range. All right, our basket is straight behind that tree over there. Pretty much a turnover that stays turned. So this might be where the Strider is a little bit better because it's a little bit less stable. It does definitely, it seems interesting because it feels like a 6-speed in your hands because of how thick it is, but I don't think it's bladed enough to really be a 6-speed like the CAC-Z, the Zombie, maybe the CAX, like some other, like it's super interesting because it seems to fly slower, but feel faster. So if you like a little bit bigger discs, maybe you'd like this instead. Short. Threw that a little bit inside. Get around it. Oh yeah, parked. That's parked. Should be under par now. That's really good. It's just laser beam, point and shoot. Just outside the circle to stay perfect. Let's go. Twice its luck. It's luck. Is that 4 for 4? One more. Let's do a water carry. Why not? All right, final thoughts for the last hole real fast. I do think that this is a pretty interesting disc overall. I don't really know where it fits. Like, it doesn't seem to fly like a 6-speed, but it feels like one, and it's pretty deep. Maybe it's just for big-handed people. It like doesn't seem to go as far as a 6-speed does with similar power. I noticed that a couple times compared to the CAC-Z because it's just not bladed. It's very blunt, but it's also bigger than like a, it's such an interesting profile. I don't really know where this disc fits. I think it's good for some people, and for Prodigy players, it's a solid mid-range, but I feel like they have a decent mid-range lineup as it is. It's definitely different, and it's not bad. I'd say it's probably a Baggett disc. It'll depend on whether I throw it well on this hole. But I'd definitely say that if you're looking for a 6-speed, this probably isn't your prototypical 6-speed. This is definitely more, kind of reminds me of, I reviewed the Reptilian Discs Chameleon, which has the rim of a 10-speed, but it's very chunky. So they say that it flies like an 8-speed, and I'd say that that's definitely true. Yeah, I don't know. I want to like more Prodigy discs because everyone has good molds, but none of these have like blown my socks off yet. Alrighty, this is for the CAC-Z to go perfect. Not that flat though. Man, I threw that very straight to the right. I was like, no hyzer at all. That's so weak, dude. I just didn't want to go perfect, you know. I want to keep myself humble. Hit and sit. Hit, and it's out, I guess. That's not bad. Jeez, those, they're pretty bad. So I got the distance right. There's still the opportunity to stay perfect. The question is putt or throw? We'll putt it, we'll make it. Oh, I thought I did it. All right, that putt kind of drifted a bit. Got the strider though. Another slightly outside the circle guy. Anthony, so what happens when you're on a slant, you're gonna putt it on a slant. Crazy thought. Dang it, that'll be a par. Hopefully this will be a par as well. Good putts. Listen in the tree. That doesn't take me back to even par, does it? Come on. Got the birdie, got the birdie. I think it does. Oh no, what a putting performance. Yeah, I'd have to say the Strider's a bag of disc. I wouldn't bag it myself. It just is one of those, this is a disc. It's not incredible, it's not bad. 5 or 6 out of 10, you know? It's a disc that is available for you to throw if you would so choose. If you want to check out some other mid-ranges that I've reviewed, check them out right down there. Otherwise, if you want to check out some different discs, Divergent discs is something that I just filmed. Don't know when it'll be out, but if it's out, it's here. Otherwise, it's another video, and that's that. Okay, I appreciate you guys. This is fun. Probably less disc reviews coming pretty soon. A lot more training videos because I'm really wanting to just dial in my training because I'm not throwing the disc as far as I want yet. But that'll come. Okay, love you guys. Bye.